Imagine living in a place where every 3 hours someone is shot and every 14 hours someone is murdered. And I'm not talking about Iraq or Afghanistan, but Chicago, one of the biggest and most sophisticated cities in the world. On the city's south side, considered the heart of Black America, gang rivalry is tearing its people apart. It's become so brutal, both police and gangs agree this is urban warfare out of control. We went into what is now dubbed Chiraq to meet those who are fighting for survival on the front line.
A lot of people just resort to violence. Like I say, it would be a shootout in Chicago over the smallest stuff. Chips, dice games, just the smallest stuff.
Did you say chips?
Yeah, potato chips.
You could be shot over potato chips.
Yeah.
It's midnight on a Friday, and rapper CTC Doo-Wop is taking me inside Chicago's most dangerous neighbourhoods, where every 3 hours someone is shot and every 14 hours someone is murdered.
Hello?
Yeah, where you at?
I'm right here on Harrison and Laramie by this intersection. You want me to keep coming down Harrison?
Down to Laramie, you see the villa on Laramie.
To ensure our safety, Doo-Wop must call ahead to those who control these street blocks.
With this 60 minutes right here, they flew in from Australia.
And we're told we can't stay long.
Like, to be honest with you, even standing out here right now is not safe, period. None of these blocks or none of these streets are safe, period.
I did years behind bars, I ain't cry about it.
Bo Deal is a Chicago success story.
When I got out, I put my whole team together to get legal doing.
His music career has helped him to get out of these suburbs, but many of his people are still here on the front line. How tough does it get out here? How dangerous does it get out here?
It's dangerous, super dangerous. Like, all these my people, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like Lord of the Flies, like the book, like real live Lord of the Flies.
So, you know, and then he done been shot, all of us done been to the penitentiary. You know,
You've all
everyone.
been shot.
Yes.
So it sounds like it's out of control.
It's been out of control.
Yeah, so
It's been out of control.
And it is a war zone.
It's a real war zone.
We got a little scout over here.
Officially, 59 gangs are at war on the city's south and west sides.
You know what?
But in reality, there are a lot more.
I smoked up with the riders. Do a slap when we ride up. Stay inside or get fired up. To live and die in Chicago.
Just about every street block has a different gang or smaller groups called cliques.
That's how we fight in Chicago.
And all are armed with guns. There are people risking their lives every day just by walking out the front door.
Literally. Like, that's kind of like an understatement. Like, you would think 10 p.m., oh, that's not late on a Friday night, but you go in the wrong neighborhood trying to get gas at 10 p.m., who's to say how that's gonna end?
In fact, you don't actually have to leave your house to be shot.
Nah, bullets come through walls, windows, everything. Like, it's been people in Chicago that's been killed in their sleep. They have nothing to do with nothing. They just innocent bystanders.
Doo-Wop understands war. The father of two served in Iraq and Afghanistan. But more Americans have been killed in Chicago since 2001 than in both wars combined. Last year, 762 people were murdered, and another 4,331 were shot. And it all happens just minutes away from Chicago's city centre, where tourists come in their thousands every year. Why is this war occurring?
A lot of young black males have been born into this environment, you know? Like, they don't really know another environment. They don't know how good a gated community could be. Like, they've never seen it, you know? From birth, they've only seen this. This is all they know.
They've never actually left their street.
Nah.
And it's been that way for a long time. Between 1910 and 1970, 6 million African Americans came from the rural South to work in manufacturing. But when the jobs left Chicago, those families never recovered. Poverty, drugs, violence.
Yes.
Is that the cycle?
Yes. Poverty, drugs, violence. Yes. That's what got us in this hole that we in right now.
So you all carry guns?
Everybody got it.
And guns. Just about everyone has one, including kids. Do you believe a lot of lives could have been saved if guns weren't so readily available?
Oh, most definitely. I really do. I really do. And it's crazy how readily available they are.
How does a kid get a gun?
So a lot of the guns are just placed in their hands.
Funeral director Spencer Leak deals with death every day.
You've given us the opportunity to help you celebrate this day, and we're going to celebrate a great life.
Amen.
A great life.
A.R. Leak and Sons attends to most of the local homicides, but Spencer Leak says he's never seen so many young victims or so many young people making plans for their death.
They're coming in, or they're telling their parents, this is the type of casket I want.
So you're saying they're expecting to die?
So they expect that they will not live to be 35, 40 years old. That's ancient history. They know they won't survive.
Spencer Leak was a chauffeur for Martin Luther King and joined the protests against racial discrimination. And he was the director of the county jail.
Reverend's right here. No, he's right here.
He's seen it all before, including the gang wars of the 60s. But this, he says, is a crisis like no other. It sounds like the perfect storm. You have guns, you have drugs, you have intimidation, people feeling terrorized. It's like it could blow up.
At any time. If the young people who are destroying themselves in Chicago were white, you would have congressional committees coming here, presidential committees. You would have people coming from all over the world trying to determine what kind of rage would cause these young white teenagers to kill other white teenagers. That is not the case. And because it's restricted to the black community, it's allowed to take place.
Coming up, my journey into Chicago's most dangerous block.
This is where you're bound to get shot?
Yeah.
Or shot at?
Yeah.
The place they call Chiraq.
This is the real right here. This is what they call Murder Drive.
It's gonna be like Iraq and Afghanistan.
That's next on 60 Minutes.